Hi everybody, it's Sherry. It's time for a Bible lesson. Our lesson today is Joseph helps his family. It's a great story. And as you remember, if we go back a little bit when we talk about Joseph, there was a lot of feelings of the Joseph story that we've read before. Joseph with his brothers, he was like the favorite. His brothers were jealous. And remember, Joseph had the ooh la la coat that was all many colors and it was super cool. And his brothers were like, that's not fair. Why does he get to have a coat like that? And then they start thinking, Dad seems to like him more than us. So there was jealousy. Then do you remember what they did? They threw him into a pit. They threw him into a pit because they were mad at him and they were jealous and they left him in there. And the next day, here came a traveling group of men that bought Joseph, and Joseph then was sold into slavery. Pretty sad, right? But now the story gets better. So let's read this. Let's talk. This is a great lesson about forgiveness. So let's read that. All right, so Joseph helps his family. This is in our Spark Story Bible, which is published by Augsburg Fortress. And if you're bringing out your other Bibles, you'll find it in the book of Genesis. Start looking in, chapter 45, okay? All right, so let's read this one. Joseph helps his family, right? God always watched over Joseph. God spoke to Joseph in dreams, and Joseph used this knowledge to plan ahead. When the famine came, people from all over came to find food for their families because they heard that Joseph had saved up for 7 years. Even Joseph's brothers traveled to Egypt to find food. They were hungry. But it had been such a long time since they'd seen each other, the brothers didn't recognize Joseph. Joseph kept the secret of who he was from his brothers for a while. But soon he couldn't wait any longer. Joseph finally told them who he was. I'm your brother Joseph, who you sold to the Egyptian traders. Don't feel bad anymore because God sent me ahead of you so that I could save people, including you. This famine is going to last for many years, so hurry back to our father and tell him that I am safe. I want you to bring your families and your children and all of your sheep and your goats to live near me. Well, once Joseph's brothers saw who he was, they all hugged each other and they cried and they climbed up and they jumped up and down with relief and joy. Joseph and his brothers talked and talked. The brothers talked from the time the sun came up and the sun went down. When the Pharaoh heard that Joseph's brothers had come, he told Joseph, "Tell them to go and get everyone in your family. I will give them the best land in Egypt to call their own." Joseph gave his brothers wagons, food, and new clothes. They went back to their father and told him the good news. Joseph is still alive? He's the ruler of all Egypt. Everyone danced when they heard the news. This is all I could ask for, Joseph's father said. Now I will see my son again. Let's get moving. Joseph's family all moved to Egypt, but the brothers were worried. What if Joseph is still angry with us? We were so awful to him. What can we do? The brothers went to Joseph and said, "Here we are. We don't deserve to be your brothers anymore, so we will be your slaves." But Joseph said to them, "Don't be silly. I am your brother no matter what. Even though you planned something bad to me, God turned it into something good. That's a great lesson on forgiveness, isn't it? Sometimes it's hard to forgive people, but look what Joseph did. It's a good example for us, right? And I like the little question down below. How would you have felt if you had been Joseph and you were seeing your brothers after such a long time? And there's Joseph. He chose good, and he's hugging his brothers. So the brothers came in search of food, and when they got there, they found Joseph alive. They were also afraid that he would be angry, right? But he wasn't, was he? He was excited to see his family. Love that story. A story of forgiveness, something we all can work on, right? Now there's some questions down below. Maybe you could see that. Who came to Egypt looking for food? Joseph, right? Right. And why were Joseph's brothers worried? Why were they worried? They thought Joseph would be angry, right? You're right. And how would you feel if your brothers or sisters did something mean to you? Could you forgive them? Maybe it's something we all need to work on, right? And there's some other activities too. And when you're done chatting about the lesson, there's a little prayer at the end for you. Nice to be with you.